Liquid ITV is a pretty cool one, isn't it?
God, don't take your eyes off the stream.
I've never had, you know, a reason for me and Jason to be competing on our picks. Normally, we're both Liquid pickers.
Yeah.
But that changes today.
Let's see if Liquid learn a lesson, or if they can continue their run back from challengers. All this and more later on Blast TV. But for now, Nip look to make smooth work of Entz's Entz's eco. There's a one-gun buy. Nerds has retrieved it. And he needs to find value with this AK, or Nip will be rolling through Entz on the CT side. Upcat they go with a clear. Oh, the flash is perfect. Well, actually, it's not perfect. It's actually head trick.
Oh, dear.
A bit awkward there. And now he's got to hold down that B site alone.
Alexi helps him out from in the apartments, and so with 2 strong still inside of B, I don't know, this is rough for Entz. There's a 3rd man joining the ranks, and Sahedric, sure, might have kind of sold config down the river for a moment, but he more than makes up for it with the double in the hold. You know, plus I do really think that, like, the kind of vibe that config and Hedrick have together, you know, that is that of like teacher and mentor almost, right? Like, you know, you have like that sort of vibe. Config trying to be someone who helps keep Hedrick engaged and level-headed.
It's a very cool duo because, you know, Config can be an abrasive personality, but you never see him like ever ripping into Hedrick. He's, you know, they're always laughing together. Yeah. Oh, that's despicable from Brolin.
Yeah,
that's
beautiful.
Second headshot.
Beautiful scenes. Brolin, can he offer up any more? Doesn't really need to here. And on the back of losing Alexi, didn't want to hang around and keep fighting, but Rez will. Rez goes ahead of these smokes. And this round's already over. This is starting to fall very dominantly in favor of Nip. Entz yet to even find a T-side round, yet to even make any of these close. That's the scary part. The most kills they found on this T-side so far is 2 in 1 round. That is
1 round.
Yeah.
Well, can Snappy get anything done? No, under the smoke. Rez will find him with 3, and it's the Swedes, the old boys of Nip in Rez and Brolin, who put together 5 kills on the A side of Mirage. It is as old as time itself. Nip right now with a statement map, 14-7. We have Ancient up next, a go-to for Entz. Vertigo to finish, one that Entz have had issues on in these last 2 BO1s. Against Vitality, forgivable. Against ITB, shocking. But this still has all the makings of a 3-mapper with Ancient up next. You just hope that Entz's mental isn't too hurt. It will be if they don't find a single T-side round, though. Nip streaking. Rude and nude. Head trick hits the leg, and Entz are out mid.
Shut down the short wrap, and with Alexi winning out over in the apartments. Man, like this whole CT side has been a story of like both the captains looking really solid on their B side anchors. Like Alexi hasn't let them in through the apartments. Oh man.
Why not?
Why not, right? When you're this far ahead, just tapping through the smoke, and a big 4K round from Alexi B. He's been having a great tournament, has Alexi. You know, he's actually been a high impact fragging IGL throughout this for NIP. I don't know, it feels like the stars have aligned for this Nip squad. We're actually getting a game where everyone is performing, and look at how good it can look when you have that happening. You've got Hedrick as the front runner, in behind him Brolin, Config and Alexi, and then Rez, who started this game off like I think it was 0-6 before he found anything, has now leveled out at 11-11.
Yeah.
So it's a nice like recovery story for Rez, because I think this would have felt a lot harder if he was still struggling, like not switched on, not winning some of these must-win moments here in the
Some NIP magic to be beginning off this series. A solid T side to start off with, and turns out completely impenetrable on that CT defense. ENCE stumble and just never get up in that second half, Matthew.
I'm starting to worry about ENCE. It is now the second time that I witnessed them disappear from a game, literally vanish, fade away from a second half of a game. We had the into the breach, of course, situation on Vertigo, and this was a bis repeated once again on Mirage. You could just see we crossed them on the way to the studio, and their face was just empty. A lot of frustration, very flustered, not exactly knowing what the hell just happened. Left me with an uneasy feeling.
Yeah, Snappy definitely not happy. Mumbled a few words we're not going to be repeating here after that game, but it is problematic because the first half, it doesn't start well, but they do recover, and it seems like, okay, they could make it a game, and then on the T side, they offer 0.
Yeah, because that second half starts, and Config gives us a little bit of magic, but also ENCE just really flustered in this one.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to put Madden too much under the crossfire here, but the truth is he's had a very hard CT half, and look the opportunity that he misses during the pistol round. This is the beginning of the end for ENCE, because off the back of that, Config finds 3 immediate kills. And this is what we liked about when we say, when the player's having a hard time, it's complicated to stay true to your aim, to stay calm. This was the consequence of Madden suffering on the CT side, flustered, misses a couple of shots, Config destroys.
Yeah, the CT side definitely had 2 or 3 rounds where he needed to be an impact player, needed to get 1 or 2 kills on those A crunches, but he couldn't. He had good positions, good situations, but it simply was not capitalizing on.
wasting time. Let's go.
Rainshowers. 下有一个。
Let's go. Let's go. Go, go, go. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang.
上去一个。 别！
Smoke. 。
Smoke. 。
Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke. 。 Smoke.
别！
Smoke. Let's go, people. Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Throwing a grenade. Grenade out. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Let's go. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang.
A 小
Grenade.
一小
Smoke. Bomb has been planted. Defusing the bomb. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Let's go, people. Throwing smoke. Deploying flashbang. Let's go, my brothers. Planting. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Let's go, victory awaits. Flashback. I'm throwing a flashback. Terrorists win. Let's go. Let's go.
地区预告，
Throwing a flashback.
地区的预告 ，BF1，B。
I'm throwing a flashback. I am planting the bomb. Terrorists win. Bomb has been planted. It is terrorists win.
See, because they're always throwing money in these force rounds, I haven't actually really got to see. Oh, hello, Snappy. Full speed ahead.
Hey.
He plays with a bit of bravado here, and Ents just go like, screw it. We're rushing B, and it's as simple as that. It's as easy as that to bring them back into the fold. Sometimes, you know, when you're really pushed down to like the bottom, right? When you're really getting tested and you kind of just let go of the wheel for a moment, you know, and you come in with something as simple as that, just a B rush. Everyone knows what they're doing in the B rush. Snappy goes, I'm just going to play full wild, right? Because either I die in the molly, either I die trying to push and take the space away on our little low buy round, and then we can quickly forget about it. Or this is the wild, you know, last-ditch attempt at like a Hail Mary right hook that KOs Nip at just the right moment.
Well, those are those aforementioned spawn changes, Harry, getting abused by Ents.
And so now, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if we see Ents find some success now, right? That's actually a nice round just to try and bring the mental back into the game.
Huge injection of energy. But something Nip will immediately call out a spawn. Be a little more ready for those rushes now. Don't let them do that twice, but Ents don't need to in theory.
No, I mean, you know, I think that one is just a product of both how the game's gone and the buy that Ents had, right? They had Mac 10s, Galils, couple of Tech 9s, so you just play a fast round. Or do you? Or do you go straight back to the B-Rush all over again? Are they ready for it this time? Brolin seems to think so. Headtrick blind. The rest of Ents try to filter on through. They'll get locked out. It's just some Pious left standing, and this time it is a mowdown. It is a mauling. Ents do not catch them off guard with the B-Rush again.
It's kind of desperate, isn't it? Back to back, you know, it's not an awful call. It worked, right? You caught Nip off guard, but this time, even without mollies down, they play triple B. They have a guy anchoring backside. Alexi's able to get 2 kills. Sure, Brolin swing off of long, very potent there as he's not flashed off by Ents. Manages to dodge it. And now it's a difficulty for Ents because you have to fall back into a slower round. Nip have already closed that door shut.
I don't hate that they went back to it. I like it, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, you try and abuse that a couple of times. Try to like set the rhythm for the game. Try to like change the flow of it. Was speaking of Apex yesterday, obviously after Vitality's successes in the Legend stage. And we were talking a bit about that, like, you know, the idea of repeating the same strat over and over again. And he was saying, like, yeah, I actually like it, you know, because it enters you into like this mind game situation where they're kind of saying, well, there's no way they do it again. And then you do it again.
Oh, they're doing it again. Down ramp, more double pushes for Nip. It's just been the solution on this CT side. Madden's mollying default, bro. They ain't there. They're coming right at you. Now, obviously, that molly gave Snappy room to take cave. He's pushed up, but they will be aware of this possibility. Meanwhile, in mid, a lurker lost in the source. Rez misses his shot on the second AWP as well. Nip are feeling invincible.
Yeah, this also isn't really a problem that Ents have had to deal with yet, this second AWP. So as you hear that firing off, you know, that can sail you down the river a little bit into thinking that this is Headtrick playing a bit rotational with the AWP, and so they're going to go running right into this main AWP.
Ooh. Big molly, though. They're going to have to plant wide for the ramp. And he knows it! That was so close for Headtrick. Centimeter to the left, and it would have been a bomb denial. Ents now need to hold on. They must leave Diha in the site. The ramp is very difficult to win a post-plant for, but Nip have used all their utility. It's up to gunfights here. They'll find the first. Diha needs to double off of this swing, and they might clear him soon. The orb's trained in. Diha hits one. The crossfire between him and Nerds, and now it must be the latter to live. He cannot. Nip get another retake. They lock it down in a 5-on-4 post plant. 8-1. A dominant game from NIP right now. And even though Ents get in position, they cannot edge it over the line.
Oh, this, you know, this is going to be a really sad way for this to end if this keeps up for Ents after a great run through the Challenger stage, after some fantastic performances. You know, thinking back to the Nerds debut back at EPL, just how good this guy's looked. Some of the stars that have been shining in this team, how Madden gave us an MVP level performance throughout the Challenger stage, statements of grandiosity from Snappy. This was meant to be, you know, Ents battling themselves through into playoffs. That's how they were feeling at the end of challenges when they clean swept their way through. But it's going to end not with a bang, but with a whimper.
Yeah.
NIP, they are in the flow state right now. Brolin and Config still topping the charts, but everyone's been solid. Headtrick hasn't even really had to deliver in the same capacity on this map as in Mirage because the riflers are doing more than enough. So Pious finally has his AWP. So let's see if that can be a bit of a difference maker. The util's already bullied him. This is more of that nice utility out of the Nip squad. Always like just, you know, the Ents players are arriving at you and they're normally half health by the time that they're taking these opening fights. So you're really you know, lowering the impact of some of these space creators. Madden, very much a guy who likes to be involved in the opening fights. He's down to sub 50 HP. So suddenly, you know, do you want to entrust him on that opening fight? Probably gonna have to fall to someone else, isn't it?
Molly again will give Cave control. Enter's early protocols haven't been bad in getting space. They've gotten red plenty of times. That's what's happened. What happens after that? Alexi flashed in, makes a play. Does he know about Snappy? Headtrick hits his down on ramp. Snappy caught reloading.
Oh, that reload's
sells config, but he at least gets one before he dies. And Alexi will hold strong at the back of the site. Missed shot again for Rez. The AWP right now not doing him any favors, but also not getting punished. And this should be 9-1 with Nerds alone. And the bomb under Headtrick's control. Unbelievable game out of Nip. And as I said just a moment ago, it's not like Ents have been unable to get powerful positions. They've actually been taking middle away from Nip. It's Nip who re-aggress in mid-rounds. It's not been an AWP in middle. There's been an AWP in Donut, okay, but hasn't got a kill yet. And even Cave control has been free for Ents.
I'll say this though, like even though, because you're dead on about Ents getting like this real estate over in middle, and you're also dead on about Nip like retaking it later in the rounds, but I'll say this, it's like the extremities of mid are always contained in a pretty gnarly way, right? Like whether that's Rez, who has switched off the AWP now, even he's kind of noticed, like,
okay.
Yeah, is this working? I don't think this is working. No, I know he's 8-2, but that was largely off the back of when he was rifling. Since bringing that AWP out, he struggled a bit more.
I think he had a kill.
As you say, it's more so lucky that Ents haven't punished that, right? And I think he's started to realize that too. But anyway, you know, you have like Rez floating around over towards Donut. So often he's had support as well if they've tried to go for like these fast Donut splits. On top of that, think about Red Room. Think about how dominantly Nip have had that control.
Now it's changed. Now they're actually fighting for mid. And you see Nerds not ready for this angle. Conflict's pushed all the way down. He was not expecting that play. First time Nip take mid, it's going to force Ents quickly into B. They know there's a gap. They're going to take it. But Brolin at the back of CT has been putting on a masterclass. Snappy needs his kill. He chases it down. 3-on-4. There's a flank. Alexi's got the bomb. He doesn't know. They're coming to him. He's confused. Now he
realizes.
Why was he going back?
Yeah. Oh, Alexi, you smart man. That's beautiful. That one hint of just someone running back his way is enough for Alexi to go, I've got the bomb. And he knows what's happening.
Are they going to go push mid?
It looks like they are. It looks like they want to try and play around this, play around the lane control, try to take that away and deny this bomb pickup. This is such a ballsy way to play the round with a minute left. They could go walking into Diha, right? Yeah. He is going to get given a fight here, but he needs to win it. He needs to win this one, and Rez will not let it happen. Put that AWP away, bring out the AK, and he'll give you the results. Snappy, 1v3. He opened this with the kill in the B site that was meant to set Ents up for success. Now he's left chasing shadows, and Rez will knock him out of the round. NIP, double digits secured. And that was so many of these rounds have just looked beautiful for NIP. I love that realization from Alexi B. I love everything about it.
And just, you know, they're not being stagnant. They're not being complacent. Not only have they made very aggressive moves, but they're changing their round openers. They stack B1 round. Then it's Brolin just solo CT trying to get info. And again, it's a good reaction from Ents. They see they have a gap, they take B, but it's these little mistakes. They leave the bomb on the B hit. Diha's out on heaven. No one's brought the package into the site on a 3-man hit into B. Yeah, and look at what it does to them.
Dude, my heart's kind of going out to Snappy right now, because in a lot of these rounds where they've tried to get the ball rolling, he has been the guy. The one round they have is because of Snappy, right? He got that 4K run through the B site. There as well, he gets the opening kill, deals with Brolin, who's been a nuisance, right? Like Brolin did about 150, 160 damage in that round, and Snappy was the guy to get rid of him, but then they didn't have the bomb. Snappy is trying to do all he can while he's, you know, balancing plates, essentially, trying to bring his teammates back into the fold as well. But this one just feels way too far gone. It's like, just from how Ents looks so disjointed and so lost, like Nip have kind of dominated the game in terms of having control of it. You know, Ents are having to play on Nip's say-so.
And they say no. Nay, not today. In an elimination game here at the Legends stage. After Ents at least went 2-3 last time. back at Rio. They fell to Mouse in that final matchup. They may not even make it that far. Flash is good for Headtrick, but he holds his own. He's 4-4 right now, not even been required. I mean, he went all of Mirage, Harry, without taking an opening fight. It's been all the rifles today, but still Headtrick was rock solid in late rounds. He might be needed in this one. Enter going for a methodical B hit, and Madden does what we need him to. Double entry into the cave. Config falls after one. The trades are looking good right now for Ents. They could finally be onto a second round.
This needs to be the second round for Ents. This is the best spot they've been in such a long time. Oh, Diha, don't hang around and give them a reason to go for this. That nade drops in, but he just puts enough distance between him and that HE.
Oh, that's going to waste your time. It's a good molly, but...
Oh, it's a good molly.
Smoke it now and run.
Yeah, now he's going to go through it with the smoke. It's a cool move from Rez, but yeah, time is not on their side here. Some Pious nails that one shot needed, and Headtrick is not in a position to win this round. Going to knock out one man as he tries to leave and secure their second. This time it's on the back of Madden to open, and then some Pious with that very important kill to Rez as he tries to push out through cave. If that fight goes at all differently, NIP are running away with that retake in the 2-on-3.
Yeah, it just took the best rated player for Ents at the challenger stage of Madden to get that double entry, or otherwise it's dead in the water. Nice round for Ents. They're looking for scraps at the end of the half. They're looking to stay alive here in the series on their map pick, on a map that NIP rarely win. And on a map that Ents have beaten some of the best on, taking down Cloud9 twice.
Oh, B-Rush again. B-Rush again here, out of Ents. Last time they tried going straight back to this, they got bodied, they got destroyed. Is it going to be a different story this time? No, they're deep out through the ramp, and Brolin's only going to go 1-for-1. Config is spammed through it. Nerds catches him on the lip of this smoke. Headtrick tries his hand at the trade, but Nerds has got a gnarly angle. Rez scoped up full Cyclops mode the whole damn way. Nerds ready for him, or so you'd like to think. Just looks away at the wrong moment. 1v3 for Rez has officially begun. And some Pious doesn't want to face him through cave. There's some spam damage done either which way. And honestly, putting Rez down this low, this should just force the save out of NIP.
Yeah, not enough money to go for it. You know, he wasn't liking his AWP, but he still wanted the scope. Interesting buy for the donut side, but it's still Ents breaking through B, and that's all Nerds. He has that. I mean, to call it a one-way is, you know, being facetious. He just sits behind NIP's ramp smoke.
I'll say
he can see right through it.
I would say, you know, Nerds is the guy who wins the round. Snappy is the guy who sets up the round, right? He gets like the 2 first picks onto these defenders as they're moving in to give the room, and then Nerds.
Look, yeah, how can you see him there? Like, great angle.
Yeah, okay, because we saw that from the other POVs, right? And it didn't.
They're aiming right at it. Like, Headtrick scoped on Nerds.
Yeah, like knowing he's playing around the smoke. And then I see it from Nerds' POV, and I'm like, no, to be fair, like, how even were you seeing these people? That is crazy.
Nerds is shooting legs right now. But whatever gets you the round, 3 for Ents, back to back on the T side, looking for a 5-round T half. Could just be enough. Felt as good as done, but Ents have given us reason to believe yet again.
Yeah, the one thing that could still be brutal here is because both of these rounds come down to one player surviving for Ents. You know, if they lose this next one, they're actually broke heading into round 15.
Risen.
But the same can be said for NIP in this situation, and we want a competitive series here. Now, this stage in the tournament with these 2 squads, you want it to be competitive. That mid-smoke has missed, and so Config moves into middle under false pretenses. The nature of the game's kind of changed here. A bit of an unforced error from NIP to give the opener. Rez here, a bit of an unforced error from NIP to give the opener. Rez desperately trying to claw it back, and he will manage it. 2 from the man in middle. And suddenly it's back to a level playing field. Brolin!
What?
Wow!
Hello?
That is...
Not normally.
That's one way to go about it. Start shooting before he's around the corner, jump mid-spray, continue shooting as you land, and then you get the kill.
Profit.
Of course. It's an ancient technique there employed from Brolin.
Well, he's saved the round here by keeping it in the favor of NIP, but there's still some low players on this CT side. Rez is roaming right now, hearing the mid control. Brolin now needs to care about Donut and A main, but the bomb's going back up B. Snappy's way into these rounds. Hedrick, he's got to commit to this almost. He's so out on a limb with no support. He's going to go down ramp, and Nerds is coming back to face him. Looking for that headshot angle, but Hedrick is crouched below it, and he might just find his kill. Now you know that Snappy must be nearby. Cave bound, creeping into the site is the captain of Ents, and his back turn might spell his demise. 11-3. Hedrick, the late round player that we know him to be, saves Nip and breaks Ents' money at the end of the half. We said 5 might be enough. 3 certainly is not.
And considering how that starts, a 5v3 for Ents, to have it go so quickly against you because of this play in mid and whatever this was.
He heard him running, that's why he
Yeah. But
he heard him running, that's why he
but
still.
No, that's really hurting now. Like, you've had a couple of these moments, a couple of these rounds that really hurt you, and you can withstand a couple of them, but how frequently it's happened has been terrifying. It's another fast B play, because really that's all Ents have had in a lot of these rounds.
And Brolin's just been the bane of their existence, always finding the 5-on-4. He is 6-0 in opening duels right now. He is continually causing problems at this B site. He goes a little bit too far here, but of course Brolin survives somehow, and off the reload, Config begs them to go through the smoke. They won't. Showing 2 separate guns at ramp will instill some fear in Ents. And Madden needs to crack open Cave. But Ents already don't like what they see. They're going to rotate round, go back through the spawn, attempt elsewhere. Hedrick hasn't been AWPing Donut this game much, but in the last couple of rounds he's in position. So that could be perfectly timed with Rez on the A site, 14-3. You know, there's been no weak link for Nip, but the best part of this game has been watching the 2 Swedes, the inconsistencies, the question marks for this organization perform incredibly well in a crucial game. Can Rez keep it up?
Util reigns in. Oh, smoke spam for Alexi. He does so much damage. Not even a player spotted yet. And Rez is about to knock out the planter. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong for Ents right now. And Nipper laughing all the way to the bank. Alexi with a stellar round. It's left on a Madden, and he'll get silenced by Rez from the donut. This is domination for NIP.
Our first time Royal Arena, playing in 2017. We want to win the first time on Danish home soil. Device is sick. We have to play with Dennis as a stand-in. I don't sleep 1 second the whole night. I didn't even understand. I remember me 5 in the morning, going outside, going for a run. I was like, what is going on? Why can't I sleep? And then I go back, I try to sleep. My heart is pumping. I was like, why did I do that? Why didn't I even go for a run? We go to the venue the next day, and I see the makeup artist, and I'm like, you gotta help me. I didn't sleep the whole night. We somehow managed to get to the grand final. Everyone is really happy, and we're 9-0 up on third map. And
Easy.
Somehow we managed to lose that. We were 9-0 up on T-side catch. I'm never going to watch that game back. Never ever in my life.
let's fight together. Wait for me. Wait.
We're on the bomb.
Jump down. I can be doing beast flashes. Wait with one more. Wait with one more.
Careful walk.
Ready?
Flash, yeah. Flash.
Go.
Come on, bit.
And swing.
Oh shit.
Boost the pit.
Nice. Let's boost.
Come with me.
Swing. Plant the pizza, boys. Okay, should be.
Nice. Bomb inside.
Default.
And rush.
Nice.
Side. Rush. Close to Nana.
Nice.
Shut the f down.
Nice. Let's go, guys.
Not enough clucks to contain Config in this one. He does not care, and he is bringing the heat, as is every player of NIP. 12-3 on their CT side of Ancient, and right now, Ents are just 4 rounds away from elimination.
Hearing that TeamSpeak clip from the NIP camp has really, you know, showing what we were all thinking, and that is that this is a game where they are all kind of flowing, right? Everyone is playing in tandem with each other. You can hear Alexi the whole time talking in the background, like managing everything down to a T, and everyone's just reacting to what he's saying, reacting to that flow of info. I bet if you listen to the Ents TeamSpeak, it would pale in comparison right now. You know, you can imagine that they're down in the dumps, but this is like the brand of Counter-Strike that all players live for, right? Where you're just synergized together perfectly, right? And you're flowing like water. This is the games that you live for.
Oh, what? You're nuts.
Oh, and then it forces him in a Brolin.
打哪儿，兄弟 ？Where we go？ 都行。
直接进来。
直接进吧。
跟上，我拿小刀。我操，里边藏着一个呢。对面外俩。
狗洞44。已经狗洞跳来了，掉了 ，nice， 好像。
抱歉。
没事儿。哎呀，拦车！内阁夫。
planted. Bomb has been planted.
我操！打一打！我操！
Terrorists win.
我敲。
Take care of yourself. I'm throwing smoke. Smoke. Throwing flashbang. I'm throwing a grenade.
A 小上了， A 小屁股，我操！马上。
Bomb has been planted. Molotov. Grenade out.
A 小掉了。
Terrorists win.
差点信了你的鬼话。
Move it. Smoke. I'm throwing smoke. I'm throwing flashbang. Flashbang. Terrorists win.
前一台有2个。
Flashbang.
操，狙位 A 屏狙位，小心。 A 屏狙位别漏 ，A 屏狙位别漏，我操！别漏啊，哥！C5，减码大狙 C5的，保了。 CT。
We must move. I'm throwing smoke. Flashback. Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
CT， 请加请加。插箱插箱，黑小小心。
哎呀，没冲中。
他应该先打，你先突死一个之后再先突他，他反不过来。这么打就不合适了。
We will drive them from our lands. Smoke. Flashback. Throwing a flashback.
B 2个 ，B short 1，不 B short 2，B short 2。 还问还问，拦车拦 ，nice。
Come on, let's go.
这小可能要上啊！赶紧上，赶紧上！还有个在 A 小。
别挑大虚，我操！
拖多时间，
拖拖时间吧，对不过就拖拖时间，哥。哎呦！没事儿，哥，对，哎，算了，换边儿了。哎，你的手枪 USP 给我玩一下呗，你带皮肤是吗？这儿呢，对。
没皮肤，
不能吧？这有这个角色没买皮肤吗？
哦，我没买 USP 的皮肤。
好吧，那这个角色多少钱呢？
好像就10几，也不贵。
你这个角色是斯沃特是吗？
对。
那为什么不买屠龙呢？为啥是小刀啊？买把屠龙不是跑得快吗？
哦，不是斯沃特，我想错了，我天，我已经打晕了。
OK。
A 上面人。
插枪小心，中路远点一个。
A 大。
不行，就手包。选A 小，他在 A 大。好像。
Let's roll. Flashbang. We are good to go. Throwing flashbang.
谁 A 大？
Deploying flashbang. Laying down smoke. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
A 大还有两个 A 大还差两个呢。最好别摸了，兄弟，回防吧。
我想偷一下，然后试一下吧。看看没人看这边，我压脚步过来的。打2-1 A 大捡包了，可惜可惜。
Go everyone. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang.
中间打头了，是个狙。
去 B 了，B 有人。
All right, gentlemen, this is it. Deploying flashbang. Laying down smoke. Flashbang. Grenade.
咋地了应该？
Flashbang.
包费在中远。我没写了，不能看。
抓地进。
Bomb has been planted.
就差一点儿，我操，差一点点儿就。
中六狙。
中门。
北大 blue car blue car。 My bad, sorry, my bad.
应该打 A 的。
不好意思，不好意思。
没事没事。
在哪儿？在哪儿
？A 大 A 大，上 A 平台的可能。
哎呦，在那个车旁边，车旁边，车旁边，那个箱子那块儿是个 AK。 在里头100%在里头。啊，可惜可惜。这逼他妈转点他妈没小步了，我操！为啥听不着啊？哎，没事，打平吧，才不能打平吧。
B 没人打 A 了，
起连狙 A 大打50，他们起连狙了。
Na'Vi into yet another buy, this time a Galil on Bit.
Is this the kind of buy you go for when you think you're better than your opponent?
Yeah, and you want to break them because you know their finances are still very brittle here. Run flash for Bit, going to set up Perfecto's push and the B pressure once more.
Scary. They have got 3 here and even a 4th on his way. Boros, a name we expect to say a lot of. Highest rated player. Felled off the 1. It's Perfecto that combines an NPL. 2 charging through. And the site is theirs. Demka and Waro, they are really humbled into this one. Should be no way back in.
Yeah, having a little bit of a look here. Let's see if Demka can grab another one of those species. Yeah, it has been called off to save these 2 M4s, and it's quite clear Na'Vi think this B bomb site can be a bit of a weakness. 2 rounds consecutive, they explode on in through the underpass dark tunnel, and well, B main and make light work of the defense.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they probably just tightened up the previous call because it was, I mean, it played out pretty nicely. Bit gets 2 on the way in, and it's something clearly they can replicate. I mean, MPL this time with his Tech 9, and there is some weapons to be retrieved. You can see those M4s litter the battlefield, and they're going to be actually unable to find it before the bomb explodes. You haven't got the health for that. You can see they've had a conversation and called it too late.
We gotta get out of here. Skedaddle.
They keep their armor? Bam. Whoa, 1 HP calculated from Bit. Okay, well, there's Na'Vi's first, and it is just that war of attrition. 2 force buys back to back. This is MPL's second as well. You can see Perfecto and him combining beautifully.
Yeah, they didn't manage to get back that M4. I saw them scampering towards the side to see if they could find it. That thing could have been blown to Timbuktu. But you haven't heard that one in a while. Shout out to everyone born in the 80s. Actually, probably before that.
Timbuktu.
Yeah, probably more like my parents' generation. I think they were born in the 60s. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
When were your parents born? Let us know. Tweet us at SheenGG and SpunJ.
Yeah, that's not the poll. The poll is about SDY and...
Come on, let's go. I am planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Planting. Bomb has been planted. Throwing a flashback. They will not stop the bomb now. So that we may be free. Smoke! I'm throwing a flashback. Flashback. Go, go, go! Planting. Bomb has been planted. Smoke! It is going to explode. Let's go! Smoke! Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing smoke. I'm throwing a flashback. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Let's go, my brothers. shall rule the day. Smoke! I'm throwing a flashbang. Flashbang. Throwing fire. Smoke.
Put that upper belt, put that upper belt.
Move it, move it. Throwing smoke. Diffusing. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Let's move! Deploying flashbang. Fire in the hole. Flashbang. Counter-terrorists win. We did it.
The hand aggression from SDY to remedy the situation, make it 7. And this is CT side Anubis, Chad. Is this something you could already start to celebrate?
It's a good CT side.
It's a good CT side.
It's a good CT side. Anything more is going to be cream.